my ladies and pretty gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Look What's Happening in the Spirit Realm with yours truly, Light. Today I have a message for some of you out there. This one is a specific message and it's somewhat special. I'm hearing that you have faced some kind of rejection. And before I even get into that, it's not a rejection like that of something that you would feel a type of way about. You did feel a type of way about it, but it's a rejection that happened because you were kind of being ushered into what seems to be like you were being sent off into a different direction, or you were being sent off overseas, or into a location where there would be an abundance of something else waiting for you. I'm going to clarify this energy because what I'm picking up on is someone that wanted to rush you. Like they saw that you were positioning yourself perhaps in a place where you didn't want to rush. You wanted to take your time. You know what you deserve, what you want. And you were kind of sifting through opportunities and sifting through situations for your betterment or something that would fit you best. And someone had that in their mind. They could see what you were doing, or at least how you were approaching them, or where they stood in your reality at that time. And what I'm seeing is, this is something that has been shown to me in a dream as well last night. It's someone, you, like the collective, being declined or rejected for some kind of test, like you failed some kind of test that someone was putting you through. But I'm hearing that you failed it because they wanted you to. Like they wanted you to fail the test because for some reason they saw something that you did not at the time, that you were being called over to a different place. Like what I saw in my dream was overseas, somewhere far off. But that could be represented as a new opportunity, because the feeling I got in my spirit was that of someone that was upgrading, like the collective was upgrading, and this energy kind of rejected you because they felt like other people needed your opportunity more, if that makes sense. Like there were other people who were in more desperate need of them, like validating them, if that makes sense. So they rejected you. And they rejected you because they could see or foresee. Perhaps they were shown a dream, or God, I'm hearing, kind of told them hands off. And they're getting a different message now, which I'm going to end the video with. But before we get there, I want to break down the nooks and crannies of this energy. Like I said, you may have had a horrible falling out. Either you expressed your anger up front. For some of you, you may have blown up at this person, or you may have completely shut down your energy and withdrawn. But you did face some kind of heartbreak or some kind of low point in your life due to this situation unfolding, which what you thought was against your favor. But there is something very, very deep going on in the background. This is why Spirit is having me deliver this message. For some of you, there's an energy of someone crying. I know, I'm sorry. I just have to deliver it. There's an energy of someone feeling complete sorrow for whatever reason and just being really in a dark, dark place, crying, kind of feeling despondent and apathetic about what they have in front of them, even though this could be an energy that's currently in a leadership position, in a position that they felt like they could control, because they didn't see themselves being able to control you, especially in the realm of being able to pleasure you or please you, like show you life or sex, I guess for some of you. They had doubts about their capability to perform, like to perform big time. Like I don't know what kind of energy you were presenting for them to believe that, but I'm getting it's less so you and it's more so something that you were about to go through or endeavor at that time in life. Because in my dream, what I saw was someone leaving a country But as they left the country, the person that they were going through an examination, a school type of examination, and you weren't really paying that much attention to either your surroundings, or you didn't see the opportunity for like the profoundness that it was. And I think this is somebody who felt like you didn't see them as special as they saw you. This is what I feel like I'm getting. They felt like they saw you as something so special. They didn't want to show that or make you believe that, perhaps for their ego, but especially because they thought you weren't paying attention. Like you didn't make them feel like they were important or worth studying. So they failed you. Like they failed you in this test that they were putting you through. And now what I'm getting is that the tables have turned. And they're realizing that you're hurting. What? I'm sorry for being this way, but like the energy just keeps flipping on me. They're realizing that you're hurting. Like I don't think they understood that you could feel. What? Like they didn't understand that you had feelings? Maybe they put you on a very high pedestal. This could be a person that really could see you more than anybody else has seen you before, or at least that's what they think. And they felt like you're too good for me. I need to push you aside, and you're leaving anyway. Like maybe some of you were actually leaving a country or a state, or you were entering a new phase in your life. I'm getting that more, where you were either achieving something great or you're at the cusp of achieving something great in your own personal life. This could be spiritually speaking as well. So they felt like they wouldn't be holding you back if they rejected you. It's almost like somebody shooting themselves in the foot out of love or out of like admiration. This is not for everyone. So what I'm hearing is that a lot of this had a lot to do with the fact that they wanted to speed up the connection. Like they wanted to, if they could, they wanted to go from point A to point Z. Like they didn't want to do the A, B, C, D. Like maybe they had this level of certainty about where you stood in their life, or they felt a sense of desperation to keep you around. And they didn't want to have that desperation. They didn't want to seem like they cared like that. I don't know if it's because they felt like you cared more about your achievements or more about your progress in life, and that there was no room in there for them. So this is what I'm getting. They felt like they needed to rush the connection, and they couldn't. And they felt a sense of insecurity because you were looking for other things. Like you were looking either for other people, like your plate was open, like your mind was open, you were available to different energies. This could be either the workspace that you work in, like you might be a boss, or you might be active in your social community. They felt like there was a lot of things sharing you. And I'm getting a picture of a child who's throwing a kind of tantrum, but it's a silent kind of tantrum, like go, kind of, I don't know, you know what I mean? So what I'm hearing is that recently there's some kind of change that's taking place, and I feel like this has a lot to do with the eclipse, perhaps, because there's a lot of things coming up and then being cleared, and your energy has released resistance towards the situation, because you may have felt misunderstood, like mistreated even, like how dare you, like fuck you, like you may have thrown a major temper tantrum either internally, or this person may have been used to sort of harden your heart to some extent. And I'm getting here a side message. If that has happened, they were used to harden a part of your heart that's easily manipulated by the society to some extent. And it is up to you to make it a good thing, and to not be completely cynical and not be completely naive either. So they were there to balance you out to some extent. But with that being said, what I'm hearing is you felt misunderstood, or like you didn't even matter, like your feelings didn't matter. Like somebody just pulled out your heart, stomped it up, and then threw you away, threw you aside. And I'm getting like a very sad feeling from this energy, because I don't know if it's through a dream or through some kind of revelation, or because a specific resistance in your energy has been released, a resistance of perhaps unforgiveness or of expectation or of doubt as to exactly what happened. Something has been released, and now the energy is freely flowing, and there's communication coming in, very clear communication from spirit towards this energy, showing them either through dreams, like I mentioned, or just telepathically or intuitively, something in their heart space is opening up. And it's starting off with grief, like with sadness, and it has a lot to do with you being pulled away into a life where they might never be a part of your reality, is what I'm hearing. Like, they got somewhat what they wanted, or they got what they thought they wouldn't get out of the action that they took, maybe even out of spite. But I'm hearing that there's a crossroad right now. It's not you that's on the crossroad, it's the energy that's attached to you. You're on some type of runway, like a path where you're about to take off into this place where they've foreseen you going, and they didn't know if they were capable enough to join you. So for whatever reason, this person might have been given a prophecy about you way ahead of time, before you could understand what your purpose was, or before you could see your potential. This is an energy that saw your potential before you. Now you're seeing it, and that's the part that's been cleared. Like, now you're seeing it. You're understanding who you are. And that's allowing some kind of reality to cement for this energy, where it is a possibility where they will never, ever have to deal with you again in this reality. And the crossroad is that what you want? Is that what you want? Because this is happening on a collective level to several people. And yeah, the message has been delivered in a yummy, yummy way, and I'm so happy because my OCD has been fixed. Thank you guys for listening. As usual, I don't reach out. Those are scammers. And if you would like merch, I have merch store that I've certainly opened recently. If you would like to check out my poetry book, it is in the description box below. I feel like those YouTubers when I do this. Oh, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. It helps the channel. Those of you who know me, I never do that. Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. Feels good to be ordinary. Ordinary. Until next time.